Imagine waking up tomorrow in a world where nobody lies, nobody steals, nobody betrays, nobody murders, nobody feels hatred. Every person is perfectly kind. At first it sounds like paradise, but then a strange question emerges. Would goodness still mean anything? If kindness is the only thing anyone can do, is it still kindness? Or is it simply programming? For thousands of years, philosophers, theologians, and psychologists have wrestled with one unsettling possibility. Perhaps evil is not merely an accident of existence. Perhaps it is woven into the very possibility of good itself. This isn't a celebration of evil. Far from it. It's an attempt to understand one of the oldest mysteries humanity has ever faced. Why does evil exist? Could God have created a world without it? And if evil disappeared tomorrow, would goodness disappear with it? The shadow gives shape to the light. Imagine trying to explain darkness to someone who has only ever seen light. Impossible. Darkness isn't a thing we hold. It's something we recognize through contrast. The same may be true of morality. How would courage exist without fear? How would generosity exist if no one could ever be selfish? How would forgiveness exist if nobody could ever hurt us? Much of what we admire most in humanity only becomes visible because its opposite exists. This idea appears across philosophy. Goodness often isn't an isolated object. It's a relationship. It becomes meaningful through comparison. Without hunger, food loses its sweetness. Without silence, music loses its beauty. Without winter, spring loses its miracle. Perhaps moral beauty follows the same pattern. The existence of evil does not make evil good, but it may make goodness visible. Augustine and the missing light. One of history's greatest thinkers, Saint Augustine, rejected the idea that evil was a thing in itself. Instead, he proposed something radically different. Evil is the absence of good, just as darkness is the absence of light, cold is the absence of heat, silence is the absence of sound, evil is the absence of goodness. According to Augustine, creation itself is fundamentally good. Evil enters when goodness becomes corrupted, diminished, or abandoned. A rotten apple isn't a new kind of fruit. It's simply an apple that has lost what made it healthy. Likewise, cruelty is not a separate force competing against goodness. It is love distorted, justice abandoned, compassion removed. This perspective changes everything. Instead of asking why evil exists, we ask why goodness sometimes disappears. Nietzsche's dangerous challenge. Then came Friedrich Nietzsche. He believed humanity had become obsessed with dividing reality into simple categories: good, evil, right, wrong. He argued that many moral systems were invented not by the strong, but by the powerless. According to Nietzsche, people often called strength evil simply because they feared it. Likewise, they praised weakness by calling it good. He challenged us to rethink morality itself, not because cruelty should be embraced, but because inherited moral labels might prevent human greatness. His ideas remain controversial, yet they force an uncomfortable question. Who decides what evil actually is? History is filled with societies that believed they were unquestionably good, while committing unimaginable atrocities. Sometimes evil arrives wearing the mask of virtue. Carl Jung and the shadow. Swiss psychologist Carl Jung believed every human being carries a hidden side. He called it the shadow. It contains everything we refuse to acknowledge: our anger, jealousy, violence, pride, greed. We like to imagine evil belongs to monsters. Jung disagreed. He believed the greatest danger comes from ordinary people who believe they are incapable of evil. The less we recognize our darkness, the more power it gains over us. History repeatedly confirms this. Many horrific acts were committed by individuals who believed they were doing the right thing. The shadow ignored becomes the shadow unleashed. Jung argued that becoming good does not mean pretending darkness doesn't exist. It means confronting it consciously, choosing not to obey it. Goodness without temptation isn't virtue, it's innocence. The price of free will. Suppose God created humans incapable of evil. Could they truly love? Love requires choice. If affection is programmed, it isn't love, it's automation. Many religious philosophers argue that free will necessarily carries risk. The same freedom that allows compassion also allows cruelty. The same hands that comfort can destroy. A universe containing genuine freedom may inevitably contain genuine evil. Without the possibility of choosing wrongly, there may be no meaningful possibility of choosing rightly. This doesn't explain every tragedy, but it suggests something profound. Perhaps the greatest gift ever given carries the greatest danger. Can suffering create greatness? Some of history's greatest achievements emerge from unimaginable suffering. Viktor Frankl developed profound insights while surviving concentration camps. Nelson Mandela transformed decades of imprisonment into reconciliation rather than revenge. Countless artists created timeless beauty from heartbreak. Does this mean suffering is good? Absolutely not. But humans possess a remarkable ability. We can transform pain into wisdom, chaos into meaning, loss into compassion. Fire hardens steel. Pressure creates diamonds. Difficulty often reveals strengths we never knew existed. Perhaps evil does not exist because suffering is valuable. Perhaps greatness becomes possible because humans can respond creatively to suffering. The difference matters. A world without evil. Now imagine the perfect world again. Nobody can lie, nobody can betray, nobody can choose selfishness. Children never disobey, adults never disagree. No one can sacrifice because sacrifice is unnecessary. No one forgives because nobody is hurt. No one acts courageously because nothing is frightening. No one becomes compassionate because suffering never appears. It is peaceful, perfectly predictable, but strangely motionless. A world without evil might also be a world without moral growth. No heroes, no redemption, no transformation, only perfection. Perhaps paradise isn't merely the absence of evil. Perhaps paradise is where goodness has freely overcome it. The real battlefield. The ancient philosophers often searched for evil in monsters. Modern psychology searches within ourselves. Every day we choose honesty or deception, generosity or selfishness, compassion or indifference. Civilizations are not destroyed overnight. They decay one ordinary decision at a time. Likewise, great societies are not built by perfect people. They are built by imperfect people choosing goodness repeatedly. The battle between good and evil is rarely fought on distant battlefields. It is fought quietly, inside every conversation, every temptation, every decision no one else ever sees. The most difficult answer. So, is evil necessary? Perhaps not in the sense that it is desirable. No philosopher worthy of admiration celebrates cruelty. But many have argued that a universe containing freedom, courage, forgiveness, compassion, and genuine love may inevitably contain the possibility of evil. Without darkness, light would still exist, but perhaps we would never recognize it. Without fear, courage would have no stage. Without suffering, compassion might never awaken. The deepest mystery may not be why evil exists. The deeper mystery is why, despite everything, human beings continue choosing goodness again and again and again. Perhaps that is what makes goodness truly beautiful. Not that it is inevitable, but that it is chosen. And maybe that choice is what gives meaning to being human.